welcome to Would I Lie to You, the show with unvarnished truths and highly polished lies. On David Mitchell's team tonight, a comedian who hosts the spin-off show to the Great British Bake Off. She's just in it for the dough. It's Jo Brand. And a young Welsh comedian who likes nothing better than dressing up in sequins. We've got so much in common. It's Kiri Pritchard-McLean. And on Lee Mack's team tonight, a stand-up comedian who came here from Germany 17 years ago. I'm thinking his visa must have expired by now. It's Henning. And Christmas Day, Pancake Day, please welcome my favourite, Simon Day. We begin with round one, Home Truths, where our panellists read out a statement from the card in front of them. To make things harder, they've never seen the card before, they've no idea what they'll be faced with, and it's up to the opposing team to sort the fact from the fiction. Jo, you're first tonight.
Oh, OK. I once ignored a fireman's order to evacuate a building because I assumed he was just a bloke in fancy dress.
Please, team.
OK, when was this?
When I was at university in 1841.
Were you the only person who didn't leave?
No, I don't think so. It was a student party. It was sort of fancy dress.
Oh, you were all in fancy dress?
OK.
OK.
Yeah.
What had you gone as?
I think I took a pretty easy option and I went as a Roman.
Well, what were you wearing?
Yeah.
A sheet.
It's not a Roman.
Oh, not a Roman soldier, just someone who's around in the Roman era.
A senator, not a centurion.
A Roman or a ghost?
So, first of all, where was the fire? Was it in your room?
Well, it was a fire alarm. I wasn't in the proper party, but I was in my room with the door shut.
So how did the firefighter get in touch with you if you were locked away in your own room?
Well, he banged on the door and went, "Fire service."
With all due respect to your sheet, you must have been quite impressed with his costume.
I was.
How did the conversation go?
Right, I was in my room with someone else. We were busy.
Who were you?
Is this how the fire started? Because I know what you're like, Jo. You like to set fire to them.
Actually, we were revising.
Oh, right. What was he dressed as? You were a Roman. What was this other person?
He wasn't dressed as anything.
So there's a banging. And
There's a banging on the door.
And you stand up. Now, Jo, I expect better of David,
Rob.
who was the first person to titter. Let's try and have a level tonight, please. Jo, there was a banging.
On the door.
Banging,
yes.
banging, banging, banging. And then you heard the door. What happened?
What happened was this guy shouted, "Fire, please leave the building," right?
Yes.
So I just thought it was some drunk bloke mucking about.
Yes, yes.
So I said, "Could you please go elsewhere?"
What was your gentleman caller's reaction? Or was he still unconscious?
My gentleman caller was the same as me, very entertained.
What do you think, Henning? Is she telling the truth, yeah?
There is a few inconsistencies in that story.
Like?
Well, the thing about the fire, I don't believe.
We can stop there, then.
It's not, to be fair, an inconsistency, is it? There's nothing inconsistent about it. It's just it either happened or it didn't. It's not like a fire and I was in a lake. That would be an inconsistency.
So you're picking holes in Henning's command of the English language. Yeah. Perhaps we should continue the rest in German to give him a fighting chance, yeah? Simon, what are you thinking?
Part of me thinks it could possibly be a lie.
You're going to say lie because you think that the story has got inconsistencies?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to annoy David now.
I think I go with Simon.
So you're going to say it's a lie?
Oh, absolutely. With them kind of inconsistent.
OK. Joe, were you telling us the truth or were you telling a lie?
It was, in fact, the truth.
It's true. Joe did ignore a fireman because she thought he was in fancy dress. Henning, you're next.
I consider myself a train vigilante.
I don't think you need to read anymore.
And enjoy clamping down on passengers who break my strict code of conduct.
David.
OK, what's the code of conduct, Henning?
I just think when you travel on public transport, you have to consider others.
Oh, was it you consider yourself a train vigilante or trained vigilante?
No, train.
Train.
Oh, train.
I thought you said train.
No, I thought you said train.
Yeah.
Would you, for the sake of some of the dimmer panellists, would you read it again, please?
I thought you said trained.
I have to be honest, I thought you said trained as well.
I think maybe you did say trained vigilante. How many people here think he said trained?
Would you please read it again?
Brexit doesn't make me leave, but you lot definitely. I consider myself a choo-choo vigilante and enjoy clamping down on passengers who break my strict code of conduct.
It's interesting you said clamping down. What would you clamp down on?
What I would consider out of orderness.
So can we just run a couple past you?
Yeah.
Someone with their feet up on the seat.
They might get a stern look.
OK.
What else don't you like? Give him another example.
So imagine I'm sitting there. Imagine I'm sort of a large, threatening figure.
My God, David, give us a minute.
And I'm playing some... You know, some frightening popular music. Yeah, absolutely. Some Rachmaninoff. And it's very loud on my phone there in front of me. What do you say to me?
I'll do the music, right? You can nod your head, and you, Henning, can walk over and tell him. OK? So first of all...
What I do is...
I haven't started the music yet.
Rachmaninoff, yeah?
It's Rachmaninoff.
Train speeding up.
And... Rob. That's beatboxing, that's not rap. Sorry. Am I right?
I get up in the morning and I have some tea. I like to drink some tea.
That's not rapping either.
And that's not... And also, rhyming is not the same if you just use the same words twice. I like to have some tea because I like to have tea.
Wow. I was under a lot of
pressure. You ever thought of doing the new Eminem film? You could have a proper battle.
I see a really imposing figure.
Yeah, that's me.
For now, just stay there.
I'll have a look what the numbers are. And the rest of the carriage. How confident I am. Nah, he's too big.
All right, Kiri, do you think that Henning's been telling the truth?
No. No, of course not. I think it would take a lot of confidence to walk over to someone on any train carriage and just say to a stranger, be quiet. I don't think... I mean, in the nicest possible way, I don't think you've got it in you.
I agree with Kiri. I think probably not, actually.
You think not? I think we don't think it's true.
No.
You're going to say it's a lie?
Yeah.
OK. Henning, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
Well, to the best of my knowledge, this story is true.
Simon, you're next.
Oh, I got my glasses on. Before being allowed out to play... Very good. Before being allowed out to play, my mum used to write my address on my forehead in a felt-tip pen.
What age were you?
Sort of 6, 7, 8.
So how many lines of the address, or was it just a postcode?
She wrote the house number.
Yeah.
And the name of the street.
Did any other mums in your street do the same thing, or were you
No,
the only...
I'd not returned home on a number of occasions and not found the house. She said, if you do this again, I'm going to write the name of the house on your forehead.
I think the idea was that a neighbour or a kindly person would see it and say, come here, little fella.
Yeah.
I'll take you home.
What a foolproof scheme.
Some kindly fella with a big black hat and a net. Lollipops, lollipops.
She had a cruel side to her.
So how many times did you, as it were, disappeared, and for how long?
Well, there's sort of 3 in a row.
And how many times in a row?
3.
Did you go away from your street and you couldn't remember where your street was, or could you not remember which house was yours?
It was a house.
You couldn't remember which house was yours?
The key was the house, because they were like span houses, and they all looked the same.
Right.
They all had pampas grass outside.
And you're wandering around on your own.
It's a swingers joke.
And... yeah, I've still got your keys, by the way. And you're wandering...
I've still got your wife.
I was wandering lonely as a clown.
At 6 years old?
Yeah, 6, 7, 8.
And so how many times was the address felt tipped onto you?
I told you that, 3.
No, you told me that it was 3 occasions that you'd got lost, which led to the felt tipping policy. Now,
Yeah,
this,
Henning, I remember
is what
it.
I call an inconsistency.
What do you do with your kids, Lee? Because you've got a young family. How do you keep track of them?
Well, I write on their head, but I put the wrong address on.
Kiri, do you think he's telling the truth?
I do, because his demeanour's changed and he's like a little boy who's been told off.
He's adorable, isn't he?
He is,
He's an
yeah.
actor as well. Do we think it's true, do we? I think there was one thing that Simon said that made me think it was true, and that was, you said, like, your mum was a bit spiteful or something like that. You thought that's one of the reasons why she did.
She's going to enjoy this when she watches it.
Yeah, it's a sort of... It is a shaming thing,
Yeah,
isn't
it is,
Essentially,
absolutely.
this idiot doesn't know where he lives. It's what it-
What do you think,
Now that
Kiri?
Jeremy Kyle's gone, we've got a new show to replace him.
So you're going to say it's...
we're going to say it's true.
OK, you're saying it's true. Simon, was it true
That my mother used to write my address on my forehead when I was 6 or 7 was a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Simon's mother didn't write his address on his forehead before letting him out to play. Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. This week, each of David's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest. It's up to Lee's team to spot who is telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, Christina. So, Joe, what is Christina to you?
Well, this is Christina. I once borrowed her car, then later watched in horror as a Frenchman crushed it with his lorry.
Right, Joe's carless companion. Kiri, how do you know Christina?
This is Christina, and my dog ate the tip of her finger.
Kiri's dog's dinner. And finally, David, what is your relationship with Christina?
This is Christina. When my list of implausible things that have happened to me that I could talk about on Would I Lie to You blew away, she returned it to me.
So there we have it. Lee's team, where will you begin?
Joe, could you just remind me again what you said? Sorry.
I borrowed Christina's car, then later on a Frenchman crushed the car with his lorry.
So you borrowed her car?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I had to go to a gig in Nottingham.
And you've borrowed the car, you've gone to the gig, and then you've...
What happened was we got down the M1 and everyone said, let's stop and have breakfast like you do. 3 o'clock
Breakfast?
3 o'clock in the morning, you know.
Have you got other comedians in the car with you?
Yeah. And then I didn't realise, but we were actually in the lorry park and not the car park.
Did the truck reverse into your car?
It did.
All right, now. And you're in the car.
And we're in it,
So why
yeah.
didn't you blow the horn or get attention?
Because it wasn't my car,
But a horn
You're
is
still
a
allowed
horn.
to use the horn. Still not touch that, it's not mine. I've got very dirty fingers.
Excuse me. It didn't have the horn in the middle of the steering wheel.
What?
Of course, that's the first thing I tried. I went, like that.
Sorry, where was the horn?
It was on the end of a stalk, you know.
How did you fit the stalk in there if you had all this...
You said it was a Frenchman driving this. How would you know? Did he go, ooh, le crush?
What happened was I was trying to find the horn, windscreen wipers.
As ever.
And eventually I did find it, but his lorry had already hit the car and started to make a crunching noise because we were against the wall.
But it properly crushed?
No, not concertinaed it in, but it's...
Well, were you hit or were you crushed? You're the one that said crushed.
You know, crushed the front
the
of it.
crumple zone, I imagine.
He stopped. I got out of the car, went round to him, and he opened his cab and went...
C'est la vie!
I don't think he said,
that's
"Say la
life."
vie."
That's life!
So go on, talk us through the conversation when you saw Christina.
Well, I phoned her. I said, look, I'm really sorry, I've had an accident with your car.
And she said, not again. Have you not about putting plastic sheets down?
So the upshot of it was that I actually did manage to drive it home. It had the grill had sort of half fallen off.
And you drove home like that. Sorry, were you comedians or clowns? Oh no!
Right, what about Kiri?
OK, so, Kiri, you're claiming that this lady's fingertip is missing.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one, this, because she is covering her hand, but she would have been told to do that to give her lie a chance if she's lying.
Cunning.
Yeah.
Is she a friend of yours?
She's my auntie.
Were you there when it happened?
Yeah.
Where was it?
It was in her kitchen.
In her kitchen. Your dog?
Yeah.
What sort of dog have you got?
I've got Jack Russell.
Little Jack Russell?
Why are you sitting like he's little cute? He's taken someone's finger off.
It wasn't his fault. He didn't think it was a finger when he ate it.
What did he think it was? Ate it? Did he gulp it down?
Yeah.
So how much of the finger are we talking here?
So she was peeling potatoes.
Right.
But she was doing it too fast and she had her finger out like that. And then she was doing it really quickly and I was talking to her, so she was distracted. And she just went like that, and then a big curl of her finger.
That can happen now.
Well, hang on, so now you're saying she didn't... So it wasn't the end of the finger, it was the sort of fleshy bit.
Yeah, so like the tip came off.
Ooh.
And you're
And then it
Jack
just...
Russell, like a shark. Smelt the blood in the air, leapt up.
And I'm presuming there was blood splurting everywhere.
Yeah, there was a lot of blood.
And what happens next? What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I was just panicking.
Because you thought, there's not going to be no chips now?
So my dad got like loads and loads of kitchen roll and just like held it down and then took her to A&E and she got some stitches.
Are the dog's still doing all right? The dog's
dead.
It's not... Really? That's a hell of a punishment. I'm not happy about the peeling technique. This away from you. Surely people peel towards them like that, don't they?
What?
Yeah.
No.
I peel towards.
You
I
pull
peel
towards.
towards. I do my carrots the other way.
Enough of the filth.
Right, now then, what about David's?
Remind us again, David.
Well, this is Christina.
Hi, Christina. Give us a wave.
And when my list of implausible things I could talk about on this show blew away, she returned it to me.
So hang on, where were you at the time?
I was in the garden.
How many things were on the list?
Oh, I mean, hundreds of things were on the list.
Well,
Hundreds of amazing things that, unfortunately, I can't tell you about for obvious reasons.
So I just clarify, you've got hundreds of things on the list.
Hundreds of things on
and
this
the last
list.
few series have been the best of those things that have happened in your life.
Wow. Because I asked them to save the best stuff for after Series 30.
Okay.
In the hope that one of the pair of you will be dead.
You're in the garden to that
Yeah, I've
moment.
been copying the list out onto a fresh piece of paper.
From what?
From an older piece of paper that had become...
You're far more meticulous about this show than I am.
Yes. I keep a piece of paper with me at all times.
Yes, I know.
In my
you
diary.
need to in your condition.
Yeah. Anyway, it's been folded up in my diary, and I've been adding these amazing, brilliant anecdotes which fans of the show will be familiar with.
Where does it blow to?
Over the wall.
Your heart must have gone into your mouth when you saw all that magic disappear.
Yeah, well, I thought this is a security issue.
Of course.
Otherwise, going away in the world, someone could photograph it, put it on social media, and there goes series 31 to 36 of this show down the toilet like the paper from the other pocket.
And so it blows over the wall. So is this lady your neighbour?
No. Beyond the wall at the bottom of the house is some allotments.
Oh. And was she allotting at that time?
She was allotting.
Do you run down, scamper down?
Well, it blew initially. It rested briefly on
a marrow.
On a, as you rightly say, on a quivering marrow. Rested on the lawn, and so I ambled towards it in quite a relaxed manner, which I later came to regret, because a second gust of wind took it right over the wall into the allotment.
How high is the wall?
100 feet.
Wow. Let's have another guess.
Sure.
Thank God for that trampoline.
It's quite a tall wall.
Right. Is it taller than you?
Not 100 feet. That's an exaggeration.
OK.
So suddenly Christina is just happily in her allotment and she sees your ghostly head rising above a high wall. What a horrible experience.
Well, I certainly do look disgusting. But the upshot was...
She passed you the piece of paper.
She consented to go and pick up the piece of paper.
Were you not tempted at that point,
pass it to
given
me?
you're so high up on the fence, to just jump the wall and go and get it?
No.
So what was the chain of events that ended up with Christina and you becoming friends? Did you say, oh, you handed that sheet of paper over ever so lovely, do you fancy ever meeting up for a cup of tea?
No, we've never met up for a cup of tea.
So why is Christina here?
Have you never seen this show before?
All right. We need an answer. So, Lee's team. Is Christina Joe's carless companion, Kiri's dog's dinner, or David's helpful hero?
I think it's Kiri's dog's dinner.
Why?
I can see it happening. Seems plausible.
Joe's is plausible up until the driving home bit. You can't be crushed and drive home.
Which way are you leaning, Henning?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with Simon.
I can see Kiri and them. I can see him having a drink together
as well.
They look very similar.
Yeah.
So we think it's Kiri, do we?
Yeah.
OK.
You're going to say that it's Kiri and the finger and the dog? OK. Christina, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Christina, and Joe wrecked my car.
Yes, Christina is Joe's carless companion. Thank you very much, Christina. Which brings us to our final round, Quickfire Lies, and we start with... It's Lee.
Oh. I've devised a simple mnemonic to help me remember everything I need to pack when going on holiday. I won't leave the house until I've ticked off everything on my flip-flop list.
David's team.
OK. I hate to do this, Lee, but could you take us through the mnemonic?
What is a mnemonic?
I can best describe it as new information that I received about 10 seconds ago. No. A mnemonic is basically flip-flop, so the first letter of the list of all the things I've got to remember. Right. So, for example, you probably want to know what the first one is, F.
Yes.
Yeah. Can't think of anything beginning with F now. Flip-flop. So flip-flop.
So the F of flip-flop you use, even though the system is the flip-flop system, so you're remembering the word flip-flop anyway, you then waste that first F, reminding you again to take... Is there not a risk you might take two pairs of flip-flop?
No.
You notice he's doing singular, so he only packs one flip-flop.
They flip-flop.
So that's your first F, but there's another F coming up in a while.
Now you'll know why I said only one flip-flop.
L.
L stands for lipstick.
Why are you taking lipstick?
Because I once... my wife who always forgets her lipstick, always says, darn, I've forgotten my lipstick. My whole 2-week holiday is ruined. They never have the product I've got in this country. So I got so annoyed by this over the years. I thought, from now on, I'm going to take the lipstick so that when she gets there, she won't start kicking off and ruining the whole trip because her lips aren't red enough.
I
is for the passport.
I for passport?
Yeah, because it's got me in it, and I remember myself as I. Okay. I must remember... It's I. Who's that? That is I.
It's I for ID.
No, I never went with that system.
No.
Now I think about it,
I won't help you.
It's crazy.
Lee, you know that in just one letter's time we've got a P, which would seem very well suited for passport.
It would. It would.
So what's P?
My wife's passport.
All right, F.
F. Now, this is an interesting one. F is for francs, the currency. Now, I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say. But when I first developed this system, it was because we were going to the south of France, and I wanted to remember my francs. And now that the flip-flop system is invented, I can't change it for an E of euro, because it'll be flip-a-lop. So I always remember flip-flop, so francs. Francs are now euros.
To get your euros.
Or not necessarily euros, it could be dollars.
Foreign currency.
Foreign currency.
F. Foreign currency.
Why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think? David, there are times when I wish I was married to you.
L.
L. I don't know if I told you about my wife's habit of wearing a different coloured lipstick on the top lip to the bottom lip. But, oh, yes. Yeah, no, it's an odd look. I'm not going to lie. It's an odd look. So it's another lipstick. Oh. Now, as everybody knows, when you go on holiday, there's one thing you've got to remember. And that is the suntan lotion. I go a weird shade of orange in the sun. And if I think of an orange, I always think of the suntan lotion. Yeah. Because orange body, suntan lotion.
I mean, I don't know what you're going to use the P for, because you've covered everything you'd need.
I take a spare passport for my wife, because we have the old passport. You know, you keep the old passport when you renew. I always take it.
Why?
Because
they cut through it.
Yeah, they cut through it. But we once, you know, when you just flash them occasionally, we once lost the passport and used the spare one and went like that, and it worked.
Flip-flop, it's F-L-I-P. It's 8 letters, and you use 3 of them for passports.
Yes.
2 of them for lipstick.
Yeah.
And over half of it is passports and lipstick.
What do you think, Joe?
Not much.
Kiri, which way are you leaning?
I think it's a lie.
David, what's it going to be?
I think we'll go lie.
Right, well, feel the tension. Lee, were you telling the truth, or was that a lie?
It's a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Lee doesn't use the word flip-flop to help him pack. That noise signals time is up. It's the end of the show, and I can reveal that David's team have won by 3 points to 2. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Good night.